welcome back to my channel. I hope you can hear me. I am trying to use my microphones and rely on them less because I want to, unless I'm doing like a talking video. We will be just doing our little February reset video. I am going to do my book journal. I'm going to update my Notion. I'm going to read a book with you guys in this video and kind of update. I have two boards in my house that I like to update every month with little cute quotes. One's right here, I'll show you. One's right there, and the other one's in my kitchen. And I just like to update those every month to change the decorations in my house. I also want to reorganize my TBR cart and some of the clutter around my bookshelves because it is very messy over there from this past month. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to finish my Celsius and then we will get started on probably my Notion, book journal, all of that first. I picked the book that we're going to read for this video, and it's going to be Collide by Bal Cabra. It's on my monthly TBR this month, and I just finished Unloved, and it was a hockey tutor-esque romance, and this is a nerdy girl hockey boy vibe as well, and I'm just kind of in that mood still, so I'm going to start this. I think I read one chapter earlier, but I'm going to continue this in this video so we can read a book together in this Bookish video of us doing my book journal and reading a book together and all of this stuff that I want to do together. I'm using my little Valentine's Day bookmark, and we'll just reset for the month of February. And so this is what I'm going to read, and I'm going to go continue this for a little bit, and hopefully I will have some thoughts for you when I'm a little bit further into the book. I got this in the mail, so I think I'm gonna do this before I do my book journal because I want to. That's really all there is. It came with these clamps, and it came with paint. And it came with paintbrushes and the stencils. I don't think I'm going to use the stencils. I think I'm just going to freehand it. I have other paint and other stuff in the other room. I'm just going to do this and chill for a little bit and eat some lunch. And then I'm going to do my book journal and these signs. So check back with you in a few when I have the little base coat on here. A black to pink ombre, like the skyline and the back of the book on the side. I think it really turned out good. I'm gonna let this dry and then I'm gonna do the bottom pink and the top black, but I want this to dry first. I'm hoping it didn't ruin the pages. I don't have better clamps than this, but I'm going to try my best to make sure to. I kept moving the clamps where I was working, so I don't think it got on any of the pages. If it did, that's okay. But here's the full ombre effect. I think it looks really good. This is one of my favorites, and I have 2 copies of this book. That's why I started my practice run with this book, and I think it turned out great. As long as it didn't get on any of the pages, I think it's going to turn out really good. I do need to wrap the cover and the back cover in the future because I did get a little bit on the cover, but I'm hoping that with a little rubbing alcohol I can get that off. So I'm going to try and get that off and then let this dry while I do my book journal, and then I'm going to paint the top and the side, and then I might do something else or I might leave it the ombre. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll let you guys know what I decide to do. I'm just obsessed with how this looks, and like I did that. That's crazy. So, little update on my craft process of the day. This, I've had to paint a few times, because I kept being impatient and opening it, and then it would crack because it wasn't done drying. So, I have now finally painted it for the last time. This is the last time I'm doing this. I think it matches up just right, according to the back. I did paint the top black, the bottom pink. So this is, the bottoms are dry, the side is not. But I'm going to let this dry for a full day before I try to open it or anything. So this is probably the last you'll see of this, but I might show you guys tomorrow me opening it. I don't know what else I want to put on here. Maybe a palm tree? I'm not sure. If I did like a cute palm tree scenery, I don't know. Either way, I might just leave it like this because it does match the back like almost perfectly. I'm actually so proud of that. I'm going to, rubbing alcohol does work to get this off the front, so I will be doing that when it is completely dry. The side, it's dry, but I want it to dry for a full day before I try to open it because I don't want it to crack. So that is all we're gonna do with this for today. It looks so good. I'm super happy with how it turned out. So we're just going to stop touching it. I'm a perfectionist, if you can't tell. So we're just gonna stop touching it. We're gonna move on into my signs. So this is the one that hangs on that wall right there. And for January, I don't wanna go big, I just wanna go home because honestly, I'm a homebody. So it's time to change this into like a little Valentine's Day theme of some sort. I'm gonna look up ideas and change that one. And then the other one that I have in my house is this one that sits in my kitchen. And this one says what's better than 24 because it's 2025. What's better than 24? 25. So I did this for New Year's, and I'm gonna put a little Valentine's Day, maybe jumping into spring quote on there, and I'll come back when I have them done. I got a busy start to my week, so this is a few days later. I am still in the middle of Collide. I will be hopefully finishing this tonight, if not getting a little bit more of the way through. I'm about 45-ish% of the way through this book. The chapters are really short and it's moving really fast, and I'm obsessed. The found family in this is so good. And I have the second one right here. The arc, this is the arc of the second one, Spiral. So now that I'm like fully invested into this found family, I really want to get into both of these. And I've just been in a really big romance mood because of Valentine's Day and all of the stuff surrounding that, so I just really want to get into Spiral as well. As for Collide, I am loving this dynamic. I loved it and unloved like the tutor hockey like vibe. However, she's not his tutor. She's doing a research project on a hockey player, and that's what's kind of going on. He's actually really smart and like down bad. I am obsessed with them. Aiden Crawford, a new favorite book boyfriend, I fear. But all of the hockey boys that live in his house, I'm just obsessed with. I really like Summer and all of her roommates, and I hope we get to see more of them in future books, but I'm just eating this up. And I know Spiral is about one of the hockey boys, but not one of the roommates. Revolve comes out in October, and it's about another one of the hockey roommates, but not one of Summer's roommates. And I'm like, where are their love stories? So I'm excited to see like what happens with everyone. So that's where I'm at reading wise. I did finish updating my book journal, so we're gonna go through and do a little flip through of my book journal, and I'll show you what I added, my January spreads, all of that good stuff, because I did finish this while watching the Super Bowl the other night. And also to kind of wrap up this reset while finishing that book, I'm also going to change my Kindle stickers. They've been on Fourth Wing, and I haven't even read Iron Flame yet, so I'm going to change these for Valentine's Day. So we're going to do those, and then I'm going to jump back into the book. Now we're gonna go through my book journal. My microphone cut out, so I'm doing a little voiceover. I added some books to these pages first. So I added my January favorite read, which was Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I added my book club's book, which was The Women by Kristen Hanna, for the month of January. And yeah, I just added those books to that page there. In this page, I finally got to add Rewind It Back because the cover came out in the month of January. So that went right there, and I read Out of the Woods, so I colored that in right there. For my A to Z challenge, I filled in 4. I filled in All Roads Lead Here, Dead of Winter, Ninth House, and Out of the Woods. I want to do only the ones that start with the actual letters, not the. So these are the ones that I read in the month of January to fill out this challenge. Then the next page is my 12 Breaks from 12 Friends. So I just put my rating in for The Great Alone because I did read my January book because I pick one for each month. So I just filled in my rating for that, and Bourbon and Lies is my February book, so I'll fill in my rating for that. I'm not going in any particular order. I just pick them out of a jar, and whatever I get, I will read that month. Then in my book bingo, I filled out 2 of the squares. I reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, so I colored in that square and made it look cute. And then in my video of reading like Heather, all of those books were new to me authors, so I went ahead and filled in that square because I read several new to me authors in the month of January. Then we get into my January spreads. I made January just kind of basic because I want to focus on the actual spreads themselves. So we have my January TBR on this side, and it just has my 7 books, the 6 that I picked out of my TBR jar and the 1 of my 12 recs. And I just made it like a cute little blue theme for January, and I think it turned out really cute. Then on this page, we have my January shelf, which are just some of the books I read in the month of January, just to see it overall. These are not the books that I picked to make spreads of. These are just the regular books that I read and put in the month of January. Then we get to my spreads. I did one for The Great Alone, and then on the bottom is The Secret History. I just do cute little like Pinterest board spreads for the favorite books of mine of the month. On this side we have All Roads Lead Here, and on the bottom we have Ninth House, because Ninth House was my favorite for the month of January. Then we have my January wrap-up, which again is kind of basic because I wanted to focus on the spreads and the importance of the picture spreads. So it's kind of basic, but I just wanted all of my stats in one place. And then we'll start on February's. And that's all I did in my book journal for this month. I can't wait to continue into the month of February. I am going to continue this pattern into the month of February where it is my TBR, my spreads, and then my stats. So this is what it'll look like from here on out for the months. I think it turned out really, really cute. I am obsessed with it, and I can't wait to continue doing my book journal. I wanted to finish this book, and I finally finished it. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to settle on a 4-star for this one. That may change. You'll have to see my wrap-up if it changes, but right now it's a solid 4. I had such a good time with this book. It's not a 5-star, but it's a solid 4. But I know as like this series goes on and the found family continues, I'm gonna love them even more. I can't wait to read the next one, Spiral. I have it over there on my shelf. I don't know if I'm gonna start that next, but I'm definitely gonna read it soon because I love Val Copper's writing. It's so good. This is her debut and I was being fed. So good. So that is my basic thoughts for this book. It's a 4-star. I had such a great time, and I can't really think of thoughts right now because I'm so tired. But it was just a cutesy little romance, and I had such a good time, and I didn't want to put it down. And I can't wait for the rest of the books in this series. There's a specific book that I want. I want Kian's book so bad. If you've read this, I want Kian's book so bad. But I have a feeling that it's going to be last. And it's going to be like a Rio situation, like the Windy City series, if you've read that. So, first little romance done for Valentine's week. And that's the end of this video. So, thanks for coming along and resetting with me this weekend / start of the week. And if you want to find me somewhere else on the internet, all my stuff is linked down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!